She'd been working the midnight shift for years, and the eerie silence was something she had grown accustomed to. Tonight felt different. The usually calm corridors seemed to breathe with an unsettling energy. Was it just her imagination? Or was there something more sinister lurking in the shadows? Clara walked down the dimly lit hallway, the sound of her footsteps echoing back at her. She paused. Had she heard something? A whisper? It was faint, almost like a child's voice, but the words were unintelligible. "Who's there?" he called out, her voice trembling more than she intended. The lights flickered. Clara's heart pounded in her chest. This isn't happening. She shook her head, trying to dismiss the fear creeping up her spine. But as she turned the corner, she saw it. The door to room 206, slowly creaking open. No one was assigned to that room. The hairs on the back of her neck stood on end. She forced herself to walk toward the door, each step heavier than the last. Why was it open? As she pushed the door wider, the room was swallowed in darkness. The faint smell of antiseptic filled her nostrils, but there was something else, a scent she couldn't quite place. It was sickly sweet, like decaying flowers. Suddenly, the lights snapped on. The room was empty, but the bed was neatly made. Clara's breath hitched as she noticed the indentation on the pillow, as if someone had just been lying there. Impossible. She knew she should leave, but something held her in place. Thump. The sound came from beneath the bed. Clara's eyes widened in terror. She took a step back, her legs trembling. What could it be? Her mind raced, but before she could react, the temperature in the room dropped. Her breath misted in front of her face. "Help me." The voice was clear this time, a child's voice, desperate and scared. Clara's blood ran cold. She crouched down, slowly lifting the edge of the bedspread. Nothing. She exhaled a shaky breath, but as she rose, her eyes caught something in the mirror across the room. Small, pale handprints smeared in blood. How? When? Leave now. The words appeared in the mirror, written in what looked like blood, dripping down the glass. Clara's scream caught in her throat. She had to get out. Now. She turned to flee, but the door slammed shut with a deafening bang. The lights flickered wildly, plunging the room into a strobe of darkness and light. And then she saw them. Shadowy figures creeping from the walls, their hollow eyes staring directly at her. Clara couldn't move. The room seemed to close in around her. The whispers grew louder, more frantic, drowning out her thoughts. Why had she stayed? Why hadn't she run when she had the chance? A hand gripped her shoulder. Cold and clammy, it pulled her back toward the bed. She tried to scream, but no sound came out. The figures surrounded her, their faces twisted in silent agony.